some awareness and some things, and I'll put that on me as a coach. Got to have guys more ready. And got a couple weeks here. Good training this week, next week to get ready for Oklahoma State. Obviously, some things as a group we have to do better, And it wasn't just one guy either. I mean, you can't just kind of point at one guy and say, well, because there was really a pretty group effort all the way around. Even some of the matches that we won, we had situations where we get bonus points, we could put another point on the board, and weren't able to do that just from awareness, So one thing about this coach is there's no panic though. Obviously, there's some urgency. We're moving in. We're almost to February, which is always an exciting time. I mean, you're getting into kind of championship season a little bit. State tournaments are starting. National tournaments will be starting up. So obviously, we want to be at our best at that time. We certainly weren't at our best yesterday, but I mean, I could tell you this: we'll get back on the horse and go back to work. That's one thing that we always do as a group, as a team. We talk about how do we handle adversity, how do we handle those things, how do we move forward from that, and we got to move forward. But I mean, to say that was a top-notch effort all the way around, I mean, can't possibly say that. Anybody that watched the duel couldn't say that. But the good thing is we'll have more opportunities in front of us, and we'll be more prepared in the future, I can tell you that. Other than that, I don't really have like an individual thing to talk about or guys to talk about. There's a few people that came up to the meet that I saw in the crowd, Armin and Travis and Tom. Want to make sure shout out to those guys because we appreciate anybody that comes. No matter how close, how far, we appreciate it. And there was quite a bit of purple in the stands, and I started looking, and it was the Vikings fans because I was like, man, we got a lot of Panther fans, and then they're Vikings fans, and they probably felt a little bit like we did yesterday. How about those Eagles fans though? And I know Colin's one of them, but I mean, I don't know if we want to make the West Gym that kind of environment, but we can make it a little more hostile, but I don't know about to the level that they're at. It's actually, and I tell you what, I'm a pretty competitive guy, but I was like, that's pretty ridiculous. Colin, I mean, I don't know how Colin's okay with that. I asked him, I said, I don't know how he can handle Eagles fans like that, but that's all right. I mean, they're in the championship game. I liked how they greased those poles though. That was pretty. We might start doing that in Cedar Falls. If we ever win a championship, we'll grease the poles up. So, I don't know. Any questions?
What was the environment like? You said it was a lot better now at South.
Oh yeah, I mean they get a good crowd. They do a lot of things just to get their team out, get them out in the community. I mean, little things. We're at Hy-Vee and there's a big cutout of one of the wrestlers, and it says when the meet was. So they're doing a lot of little things in the community to really market their program and to get people to the events. And those things aren't hard to do. But they're doing it, and their guys are wrestling hard. They do some things on the edge of the mat too. They have chairs right by the edge of the mat, and you take some notes of some things, and if we can create even a more, I guess, inviting environment and hostile in a way, or just a better fan experience. We took some notes of some things that they're doing, and figure out a way that we can do those in the West Gym too. Just because. I mean, they have chairs right beside the mat, and they got fans right beside the mat. And a couple of fans that were right beside me, I said, make sure you don't heckle me because I can't tell you what I'm going to do. I'm kidding. I got better control than that. And then they said they wouldn't heckle me, but they did a little bit. But they deserve to be able to heckle me because how the meet went. But they had one row of chairs, and they had another row of chairs that was kind of stacked up on some boards where they could see behind them. Some little things like that where I think we can even somehow make the West Gym an even better environment, which is a tough thing to do. But, there's some little things that you can do. But they're doing a good job of getting people excited about their program. It got loud a couple times in there. I like it when we go to an opposing team's environment and it's really quiet. I like it when you can just hear me chirping. That's a really good meet. But unfortunately, we could hear them chirping a lot. So good on their part. But like I said, fun environment, and look forward to. Actually, we go back there again next year, so we'll look forward to it.